Hello. I just wanted to go ahead and make a quick video because maybe some of you guys hadn't seen it yet. This is my Atari laptop. As you can see, it's got an embossed Atari Fuji logo on the back of it. It's got clasps on the front. As you can see, connectors for a standard Atari joystick. It's much the same as you would find in an Atari 2600. Let me open it up here. I just push the little button and push upward. Interesting when I have to hold a computer here, when I have to hold a camera. The laptop itself is a custom design. It's based on an Atari XE GS, which is essentially an Atari 65 XE. Normally it doesn't have a keyboard, but you can graft one onto it. This particular keyboard was custom designed. In fact, the laptop chassis and everything else was designed by Ben Heckendorn, which you may know as benheck.com. You see over here on the left-hand side, it's just kind of an error list of all the common error messages and whatnot present in Atari Basic. It was kind of an interesting little touch that he added on. The LCD displayer actually is a modified TV, so you have controls for volume and input source, which is kind of superfluous here, but it's there nonetheless just because it was there on the front panel. Other things to note, I'm going to go ahead. You also have, as you can see here, two built-in game pads that actually do work. You'll notice that they are opposed because he did this for me because I'm left-handed. Anyway, there is also a direction pad for arrow keys in the middle of the keyboard as well as the standard select option start keys and the system reset and power keys. Now, if we flip back to the back of the unit, I will go ahead and remove this so I can actually pull this here. You will see the back panel, power connector, and you'll notice right here, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get a closer view here. That is actually a compact flash slot and a connector for the cartridge add-on. I added this as at the request. I added this as a request. I wanted to be able to do standard Atari cartridges, so a custom cartridge slot was built. Standard card connectors, and all the way to a header connector, which goes back and just connects directly onto the CPU itself. Now, as you can see here, it takes standard compact flash cards, and in order to do this, you may have thought, well, wait a minute here, the Atari does not have an IDE interface. You would be correct. An IDE interface was added on. It actually grafts directly onto the CPU itself, and we have custom operating system software inside the unit, which replaces the standard system ROM, which reroutes all calls to the standard I/O to the IDE interface. Now, it's a little tricky here because the slot, while there is a hole here, the slot is directly onto the motherboard. And let me go ahead and see if I can situate this. Oops. Excuse me. It takes a moment. Like I said, very do-it-yourself, and I can't exactly pause the camera, so it's basically, hold on a second. One of these days I will actually get a flip cam that will allow you to just pause the fucking thing. Why is it? Come on. If you want to, you can go ahead and just fast forward through this if you wish. Excuse me while I actually pick this up. Alright, much easier now. We attach the flash card directly on. We put and since I am low on battery, I have been using it most of today. You know, and coincidentally, I get roughly about an hour and a half off the battery time with this thing, especially now that I've modified the batteries slightly. We turn the power on, and we see that we have a games menu here. I can use my arrow keys or the gamepad to select games, whatnot, and as you can hear, you hear the familiar Atari key clicks and whatnot. Go ahead and select a game. And you'll see, if you've owned an Atari before, that may look new to you. That's actually a loading indicator for my IDE. And as you can see here, game ready to go. Whee! So yeah, I mean, there we go. That's the first video here. Now, for the second video, I'm going to take and record you guys a little surprise. See ya.